So I have my phone here, and it's gonna read you the entire first chapter of the book. Let's turn on.
Chapter 1. The Journey Begins. I often dream of the woods, and so to be with Sly my snake, walking in the woods with the moon high in the sky, didn't strike me as unusual. The air was crisp, but not cold, while owls hooted in the trees. Even with the rustle of the air in the leaves, it was silent in a way that the city could never be. I saw a stream ahead and walked towards it, with the rustle Sly makes when he moves comforting me as always. As I neared the edge of the stream, I stepped on a sharp rock. The pain made me sit down, because everybody knows you cannot feel pain in a dream, so that meant I wasn't dreaming. I took that moment and I looked for some sign that I was close to home, wondering what parks were so deep that any area could be this dark. I turned to Sly. I thought this was a dream, but now I'm not so sure, I said as I bit my lip, looking around again. I don't often join you in your dreams, he said. I never dream at all. I see you in my dreams a lot, actually. I don't think this is where we went to sleep, though, I replied. Really, he said. You mean we aren't in your bedroom? I shot him a look, but I couldn't say anything. Snakes aren't naturally sarcastic, so I taught him how because I thought it was funny. Perhaps today you have gained your full powers, Sly suggested. I've had my powers as long as I can remember, and I have never ended up wandering the woods at night. I stood up. My dearest friend, I know more than just how to cause problems. There was a twinkle in his eye as he spoke. Sly was certainly a troublemaker, though without malice. It's hard not to cause problems in the city when you're 17 feet long and weigh 100 pounds. If you've never known a snake, you may not know that snakes are like cats in two ways. Their homes don't have rodent problems, and they are curious beyond reason. Those two things together had my auntie often threatening to keep him in a cage. Of course, she never had the heart to follow through on the threat. She knew he was my closest companion. What powers do I have if you know so much? I asked, wanting to wake up rather than hear the answer. The truth was that the ability to speak to animals, which I knew all of my biological family possessed, had truly caused me more grief than joy. It was hard enough to fit in, but when you stop and talk to cats and dogs and birds, the other kids laugh. I was called Dr. Doolittle my whole life until I learned to hide. Luckily, it had been years since I had been seen, and I was starting to feel more relaxed. The last thing I wanted was some new special ability. I know not what, only that your family has lived in cities for many generations and has hidden your gifts. I do not even know what your parents could do. I do not know, but I am eager to see. He put his head on my shoulder for a moment. We should make camp and discuss this in the morning. It's just like you to talk in riddles, I said, rolling my eyes. I'm glad I went to Nature Explorers. It's not like you can help. I set about creating a small shelter for us to sleep under. It was only then I realized how chilly it was, and how little I was wearing. I would have to watch where I stepped, wandering the woods barefoot. I wanted to believe Sly was just being silly, but I was afraid he was right. We were very far from home. When the structure was built, we crawled in and cuddled together. I started thinking of how my auntie screamed and tried to save me the first time she had seen me cuddled with the massive constrictor. Even after living with her for years, she often suggested that animals can't control their instincts and I should be more careful. I had been living with Auntie for 4 years now. My parents and I had been happy until one day they disappeared. They could find no trace of them. People think they must have died because they would never have left me. I don't know what happened to them, but I know they are still alive somewhere. I fell asleep dreaming of being with them again.
So, let's see what happens next. Although, maybe